Arabian Atlantis. Where could the most powerful state of antiquity be located? In-depth studies of the ancient Egyptian pyramids and their grandiose structures suggest that they were built much earlier than was commonly believed. Moreover, some archaeologists claim that the hieroglyphs, frescoes, symbols, and drawings were applied to buildings in the 2-3 millenniums BC, whereas the structures themselves can be about 20,000 years old. Water-wind erosion helped to draw such conclusions, which could not be formed in modern climatic conditions. Once upon a time, the territory of northern Africa was a blooming paradise with huge cities scattered across the land. Herodotus of ancient Greece and Ptolemy mentioned its uniqueness. Lawrence of Arabia wanted to find it but did not have time to fulfill his dream. It was claimed that it was beautiful and immersive, like a piece of heaven on earth. Wise men and astrologers, Asclepius and alchemists lived and worked in it. Indirect confirmation of this can be found in the Arabic collections of ancient legends. For example, in Libya, until 2013, there was a treatise describing the life of local imams who lived in the 12th century BC. Due to hostilities in the country, this and many other relics were destroyed or stolen. A similar picture was observed in Iraq and in Syria and in other countries of this region. Purposeful carving of ancient artifacts was observed during the fighting in these countries. Some of them were saved, some were lost forever. It's believed that a powerful Arab state once existed in the territory of the Arabian Peninsula and also northern Africa. According to various sources, it was here that humanity first learned metallurgy, jewelry, and blacksmithing, and medicine was ahead of its time by several millennia. No wonder they find 6,000 to 10,000-year-old burials of people with prosthetic limbs and skulls with obvious signs of trepanation, as well as sealed teeth. The Arabian Atlantis was inhabited by Adites, descendants of Hel, who according to the legend were direct descendants of Noah. The entire ancient world knew that there was no other place where such wonderful aromatic resins and incense were made. The life of the townspeople seemed extraordinary and mysterious. It was said that they knew the mysterious rites of resurrection from the dead. Like the legendary Atlanteans, they knew how to fly. They knew the secret of eternal youth. In addition, the inhabitants of this region were engaged in the extraction and trade of amber and products from it, which were found in large quantities only in these places and were in great demand among ancient peoples. According to its value, amber in those days was valued more than gold. Now, photographs taken from NASA's artificial satellites confirmed that there were cities among the Arabian sands. Archaeologists studied satellite images, noticing thin lines converging, as well as signs of structures hidden underneath sand dunes. In the early 1990s, the front pages of the largest newspapers in the world were full of reports about the most important archaeological discovery. Quote, a majestic Arab city was found, and quote, and a legendary city of the Arabs was discovered, Atlantis of the Sands. A Canadian research team has come to the conclusion that deserts don't just form from scratch. That is the result of a powerful explosion. That is, one can imagine that once there was a real cultural center here, the richest and most advanced state in various industries. If we take into account such a theory, then we can assume that this civilization was not the only one on Earth, and the appearance of one or more other strong competitors leads to inevitable rivalry. The Arabian paradise was destroyed by a powerful weapon, it seems. Dozens of the most beautiful cities instantly turned into dust. The gardens became a lifeless wasteland. The sands have given the riches of a once great civilization. After several thousand years, people returned to those lands and founded new countries. The most persistent structures of Arab Atlantis, the term was introduced by U.S. researchers, by the way, turned out to be the pyramids. It was they who were first dug up by the Egyptians in order to revive the lost greatness. This version is very interesting. In addition, the Arabs are very sensitive to their relics, and few Europeans have read them. Orientalists and researchers of the Arab world who managed to study a little the primary sources and materials of antiquity come to the conclusion that there was once a powerful state in the territories described here. What they managed to dig up and restore is no more than 1% of that grandiose civilization, which now rests under millions of tons of dust. And maybe somewhere there, under a layer of sand, they will again find one day the spring of eternal youth, which, according to the Arab legends and the ubiquitous Herodotus of ancient Greek, was owned by the Atlanteans. This is just the beginning of a huge work that awaits scientists in the future. There are still many mysteries, and mystery is only slightly ajar. And this is from Solask. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.